favorite stores, one of their Target stores, and you'll feel a ping, and you feel like you just got bit by a bug. They have these chip implant guns, and they can ping you from a distance, and you feel like you just got bit by a bug, and it's actually just put a chip inside of you. They have chip guns. They're called chip guns. And I put it on the Watcher-File site years ago. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many ways to be chip implanted. And you're just always fighting it. And the thing about it is, folks, is if you just concentrate and focus on the Lord at all times, then Satan can't control your thoughts. You know, he can't control your thoughts or your mood swings or if he's dumbing you down. Stay focused on the Lord all the time. One of the things that helps is if you pray every day for the Lord to keep you from evil, then it makes all of Satan's toys null and void. Because just by asking the Lord to keep you from evil, it means all this evil technology can't have an effect on you. So that's very basic. Basic 101. I've always said being a warrior of the Lord in His army is about as difficult as being able to lift your voice and say the name Yahushua. You know, it's really not hard to tear down Satan's entire kingdom just by the words in the lips of your mouth. Sometimes he has us raise up and do different things. I know when I was being attacked by microwave weapons, satellite, and from wherever here on Earth, just being targeted by these microwave weapons, and he tells you how you can combat against them. I knew for a long time before he finally told me how I could fight against these things. I would just ask him to break their equipment. Just break their equipment, and then you wouldn't hear from them for a while. Their equipment would be broke, and they get it fixed back up, and they come back. They never go away for good, folks. It's always a constant fight and a struggle. Good night, Sharon. Thank you for being there each week. Yeah, somebody just a listener thanking me for reading his email, commenting about California. Yeah, I'm not one of these real analytical, scientific people going to go into the whole spiel of Arnold Schwarzenegger, what he's done to that state, when you don't have much time to react. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Serpent Seed line, I find it interesting. At stargods.org, Rick Rizzuti over there, guy I've known for years, has some really good stuff on Arnold Schwarzenegger and how when he was, I think it was back when he first started weightlifting, he told his roommate in college or wherever it was that he was going to go to the States and he was going to marry a Kennedy and he was going to become governor and then he was going to become president. He outlined this entire plan back in his early 20s to his roommate, because these people live scripted lives, folks. They're just Satanists, they're Serpent Seed Line kids. They're born with a purpose, and they live their scripts, and that's what he's doing. And now as governor of California, he's getting ready to de-arm them. He's going to de-arm them all. Make it a Sodom and Gomorrah. No male-female distinctions, like there already isn't enough confusion in male and gender roles between men and males and females. Totally just going to destroy that state, already has. It's going to become a Sodom and Gomorrah. And so if it's not, it's going to be destroyed. It's going to be, if the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, then don't you think he would owe California an apology if he left it kept going? Because he's not a hypocritical father. He's not a hypocrite. He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah as a warning. And so if America allows California to keep being so sexually perverted, he's going to destroy it. And it's coming. It's coming. Their destruction's coming. It's so dominated by the serpent seed. There are tunnels, ancient tunnels and bases underneath California coastlines of ancient reptilians that live out there. It's why it's the city of angels. It's the city of fallen angels, reptilian angels. Definitely need orgone out there, folks. I've never felt led by the Lord to go to California. If he led me out there, fine, I'd go. I stopped at, I think the farthest I've orgoned out west was north of Vegas. And not Vegas itself. The Lord said let them have it, because he's going to destroy Vegas. But the north of Vegas, all the way through up to Utah. I had a lot of fun in Salt Lake City. But yeah, one of the most confusing cities I've ever been in my life. It's just very weird to live there. To have to visit there, they don't have road signs. They have numbers. Everything's a number. Everything's like a military grid there. And so instead of writing, making sure you can get back to your hotel on such and such avenue, you got to write the number down because exits are, they go the road names are numbers. So yeah, my hotel's on 47689. It was just so crazy. I don't know how people live out there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun out there in Salt Lake. I met some nice people in Salt Lake. It's a nice area to live in. Just one that's heavy, a huge playground for the aliens. You got Capricorn, the Capricorn spaceship, the one that Sananda is the chief on. You don't think of all this stuff. You think it's galactic, whatever, Star Trek. But this Sananda Asu Emmanuel, the false prophet, the second beast of Revelation that's coming, he's actually the chief of a starship called the Capricorn. And they hang out over there at Salt Lake. He does a lot of work with the Mormons. And this is true. I laugh because I could just see all these people rolling their eyes. She's lost it. She's crazy. But yeah. And so we did a lot of work out there. Hopefully enough to annoy them. I know as soon as we left, the West practically caught on fire. And they need to keep creating dead orgone energy. They survive and live off of dead orgone energy. And so when you keep putting positive orgone energy out there, it's defeating them. They get desperate and they need negative dead energy to survive on, and so they start fires because anything dead is what Satan lives off of. It's like a food to him. It's an energy source, dead energy. That's why the Lord always says he's the God of the living. He's the God of the living because Satan is the God of the dead. And it's literal. It's more literal than you people realize. It's when you just sit back and think about it, meditate on that. Very literal. And a wealth of information when you take a phrase or a word or something and just meditate on it and think about it. Are you beyond a question from a listener? Are you beyond approach, or is it possible to just have a meeting with you to spend some time to understand you more? Actually, I don't know. I should tell you right there. I don't meet with people. I've had too many instances, too many I could count, more than I could count, of the CIA and the NSA and others trying to get to meet with me, and so I don't meet with people, period. There's a handful, maybe two people I can think of on the internet in the last 10 years that I've ever met with. And that's it. Simply because I have to protect myself from the agencies. I have, I think, 17 at any one time harassing me, spying on me, having me under surveillance, trying to get a hold of me. The Bible code says I'm inaccessible, and that's why. Reason for that. Just to stay away from them, to keep out of their grips. Email from a listener. Benny Hinn is going to Nairobi, Kenya, and states Jesus will appear on stage with him, if not this time, very soon. He keeps saying he sees Jesus in visions while on stage, and I believe it's okay, but if Jesus appears physically on camera, this cannot be right. Yes, Benny Hinn's Jesus always will appear on cue. And not during a commercial break, Benny Hinn's Jesus is not the Jesus, the Yahushua, Son of God. Benny Hinn's Jesus is Satan's general, Jesus, Sananda Emmanuel, also known as Jesus Christ. That's why it's so important for believers to start calling the Son of God by his real name, Yahushua. Because Jesus is not his name. It's not even a bad translation of the name Yahushua. It was just an inserted name to hide the name Yahushua. It's not his name. This Jesus is Sananda. It's one of Satan's generals. And so obviously, he will be on stage with Benny Hinn. I have no doubt about that. Benny Hinn is Satan's mouthpiece on earth. They all work together, folks. Benny Hinn very